Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Allegations of dangerous on-duty drinking within the Detroit Fire Department today. Fire officials respond.
From the front lines to the factories, the city of Detroit announces a major expansion of access to the coronavirus vaccine. And this time around, the shots are going to be coming to them.
We'll begin, though, with Governor Whitmer relaxing restrictions on Michigan restaurants starting this Friday. That's just one part of a big announcement made today.
There are big changes coming to Michigan's COVID-19 restrictions in just a couple of days.
And we have posted all the details on clickondetroit.com, but let's get to some of the broad strokes as we come to you here at 5. Restaurants can now be operated up to 50% capacity. They had been 25. They will be able to stay open until 11 p.m. Indoor gatherings at places like banquet halls can also now hold up to 25 people with everyone wearing a mask.
And then nursing homes. Indoor visits will be allowed, but you'll need to get tested. Victor Williams is following today's announcement and shows us how it's impacting the restaurant industry and beyond.
Well, this is all great news for the restaurants that have had to stop their indoor dining twice during the pandemic. But starting on Friday, at least, we'll have a little bit of a return to a sense of normalcy inside their buildings and so many other places as well.
Today, we are announcing that restaurants and bars can operate at 50% capacity. That's up from 25%.
Governor Whitmer with the long-awaited announcement that starting this Friday, restaurants can finally up their capacity rates.
It's encouraging. It's very encouraging. A lot of people, I think, are still scared to come out, but I think the more they increase that number, the more people will be encouraged to go out.
Nicola's barbecue manager Velko Milisevich believes this is yet another light at the end of the tunnel when it comes down to the pandemic, but is glad he can now double the amount of people in the restaurant.
We were fine. We were at capacity. We were at 25%, and it's been difficult finding employees, especially in the cook staff.
Now restaurants will be able to stay open later with the curfew time being pushed back an hour to 11 p.m.
We probably won't stay open until 11 o'clock. We found that people, generally, they haven't come out that late.
The newest public health order will also increase capacity limits at gyms, retail stores, and recreational facilities, and will now also allow visitation at nursing homes as long as a COVID test is passed before entering the building.
All of these re-engagements will enable Michiganders to enjoy more of life's simplest pleasures that have been disrupted over the past year. Going out for a meal with your family, a date night to go see the new cheesy rom-com.
But Velko says it's anyone's guess as to when things will fully go back to normal 100%.
Well, I'm just hopeful by summer things will return to normal. I hope we can stop wearing these masks. Everybody's getting tired of wearing the masks, and I hope the employees all come back to work.
And that new set of restrictions will be in place from this upcoming Friday till April 19th, which gives us a window of time to see if those numbers will continue to decrease while more people get vaccinated. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor. Dr. Janae Caldoon providing an update today on the state's most important COVID-19 metrics.
The state confirms 422 cases of the COVID-19 B117 variant. And the state's positivity rate rose this week for the first time in weeks, up to nearly 4%. But the case rate is at about 91 cases per million, a number that has been declining for 7 weeks now. The number of outbreaks is down from 631 to 565. With restrictions loosening, Dr. Caldoon encourages everyone to stay vigilant.
Our case rates are not what they were in the fall, and we are getting more and more people vaccinated. But please do be cautious. This virus is still very present in the state, and our progress we've made is very fragile.
Today's announcement did involve a lot of rule changes all at the same time. So the folks at Click on Detroit have posted a point-by-point list of them. We've got them on the homepage right now.
All right, and we do have some breaking news from Washington on the vaccine. President Biden says there will be enough vaccines for all American adults by the end of May. That's 2 months ahead of schedule. The president now says the new challenge will be getting those doses into arms.
And while we're easing back on COVID-19 restrictions here at home, the state of Texas seems to be doing away with them altogether. Despite warnings from health officials, today Governor Greg Abbott lifted the state's mask mandate, and starting next week, all businesses of any type in Texas are allowed to open at 100% capacity.
Our other top story tonight, Mayor Duggan says the issue of drinking at Detroit firehouses is not going to be tolerated, and the city is going to take action to stop it.
That includes getting help to firefighters and getting rid of some department rules that were put in place due to the pandemic. Defender Sean Lay following this story, and Sean, the head of the International Firefighters Union, flew in for this.
Flew in from Boston to make the point that drugs and alcohol are a problem at firehouses nationwide. Not just, he says, in Detroit, problems that can be solved. The question remains tonight, however, and it's a question we've been asking, if Detroit firefighters, with that workload that they deal with, were drinking on duty, what made them think that would be okay?
We're not here to focus on who's to blame. We're focusing on how we're going to solve it.
Detroit Mayor Duggan saying the city will hit the issue of firefighters drinking on duty head on after 2 firefighters, the department says, were caught driving drunk. The operator of Heavy Rescue Squad 6 driving the rig drunk and hitting a parked car, arriving at a medical emergency. Days later, Acting Chief 5 crashing his SUV nearly onto the lodge and into traffic. Our cameras capturing him being arrested. Firefighters telling the defenders they insist some firefighters have become party houses, and Duggan says he and the department should have seen it coming and should have beefed up the employee assistance program.
We should have ramped it up, and I think the fact that we didn't move earlier contributed to this.
Why would firefighters think it's okay to drink on duty when they are called to save lives? The answer from department leaders: COVID stress and bosses stopped inspecting firehouses during COVID.
That may have contributed to the belief that certain behaviors and activities could be tolerated. I take responsibility for that.
Even a member of the International Association of Firefighters flying in from Boston today to make the point that every department struggles with this.
And that's why I commend Mayor Duggan and President Gayhart and the Detroit Firefighters Union for the leadership that they're showing by stepping up and taking on the challenges head on.
We also spoke with Detroit Firefighter Union President Tom Gayhart, and says he is fully on board with partnering with administration and the city on this, and says his members are simply stressed out due to COVID. 4 things the city announced today about handling this problem, saying no alcohol on Detroit fire property at all. The command staff will do site work, on-site inspections, and drop-ins. No more remote work. Ramp up that employee assistance program big time to really beef it up, and then do an environmental audit that is due in 30 days. We'll stay on top of it for you. Back to you.
Well, Sean, there have been 2 instances of alleged drinking and driving on duty in the last 8 days. So what kind of changes have we seen as a result of that?
Yeah, they said that those 2 members will be held accountable, but at the same time, let's point out, no arrests have been made. Well, arrests, but no charges filed yet. So the first incident, no arrest and no charges as of yet. It's still under investigation. And then Chief 5 yesterday, we saw him taken into custody, but again, we checked, no charges filed in that case either. We'll, again, stay on top of it and let you know what happens.
You got it. All right, Sean. Let's take a look now at today's coronavirus numbers. 1,067 new cases over the last 24 hours. State also confirming 24 more deaths. That includes 12 from a review of past vital records.
Take a look now at the vaccine and where that stands. 2.9 million doses have been distributed to Michigan, with 2.2 million of those doses going into arms. Now to a major step getting the city of Detroit vaccinated.
Mayor Duggan says manufacturing workers in the city can now get their shot, and for some, the shots are actually going to come to them. Larry Spruill with why they were chosen. Larry?
Mayor Duggan says this is another step in the right direction to beat COVID. Now, workers at manufacturing plants can get the vaccine now, no matter the age.
The city of Detroit is expanding COVID vaccine eligibility to our manufacturing workers. So, any person who works in a manufacturing job, if you live in Detroit or you work in Detroit, you are now eligible to get a vaccine. No age restriction.
Huge news for thousands of workers here in Detroit, especially for those who work at the auto plants.
The Detroit Health Department is going to set up on-site vaccinations at major manufacturing centers in the city of Detroit.
Those necessary sites will be at the 2 Jeep plants here in Metro Detroit.
Our UAW workers and, workers in manufacturing, whether they're union or not, have really, been there throughout this whole pandemic working, and it's not been easy.
United Auto Workers Vice President Cindy Estrada says this is much needed and appreciated.
This is incredibly important, so we just really want to thank the mayor for this opportunity. It's going to allow workers who have kept the economy going through the pandemic, because they know how important manufacturing is, but it's going to give them some peace of mind.
Estrada led the effort Tuesday by getting the shot. Although nervous at first, she said getting the vaccine is important. Reporting in Detroit, Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Now, City of Detroit also added 2 more churches for Senior Saturday. They are New Providence Baptist and Greater Emmanuel.
In Wyandotte, a police pursuit leads to the arrest of 2 dangerous men.
You're about to get shot. Let us see your hand.
You're looking at body cam video of police taking a suspect into custody. This started last night around 10 after police noticed what they felt was a suspicious car parked outside of a CVS. Officers tried to do a traffic stop. The driver sped off for several blocks, but stopped then on a residential street. The passenger then took off on foot. Police were able to arrest the driver. Other officers then arrived on the scene.
One of our officers observed the man in an alley, began pursuing him on foot. At that point, they found the man hiding in a bush. They ordered him out, presuming he's armed with a firearm, and they ordered him out, and he refused to comply. He refused to cooperate, refused to show his hands. It forced the officers to pull him from that bush, and they're able to do it with minimum force, and they handcuffed the suspect.
The 2 suspects, both convicted felons, had police gear as well as drugs and thousands of dollars worth of stolen items. A new bill in Lansing would make last call at bars a lot later.
Ahead here at 5, why some lawmakers say it's only right to let them stay open until 4 a.m. and why it's not a done deal even if it passes. Hi, Ben.
Kim and Devin, temperatures on their way up tomorrow, but tonight will still be above freezing by midnight. Come back with us. We're going to play a rousing game of Find the 50s in your 4-zone forecast.
All right, Ben, and the director of the FBI on the hot seat in Washington, what he says happened in the days leading up to the siege on the Capitol that may have been missed. Doc?
President Biden announcing a historic partnership designed to dramatically boost production of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, how 2 major competitors are teaming up and the role Michigan is playing too.